as the chat. So please kind of try to, I hate saying this, but keep your questions in there. But it will also be some of that chat functionality there as well. And we'll continue to scroll through that. It is moving quite quickly, but Simone and team, hopefully you'll be able to help monitor that for us as we keep moving through here. So on that, are we ready to go? Am I ready to run through agenda and start moving through? Got a thumbs up from us, thumbs up from Simone. Good, got it. Okay. Well, again, welcome everyone. Thank you again for your patience getting the technology up and running here. There's a lot of demand for the call, and we're grateful for that. So we've got a few items that we want to make sure we get through today. First of all, like I was alluding to, we've got Corey and Emily, our CEO and president, here with us to kind of talk through that MetaPower vision and how they see this as really part of the tripling of our impact, a major part of that, and how, and I love in Corey's words, one of the, or if not the largest launch that's ever happened in our industry. And we're really excited to hear their vision. Then we're going to jump into some MetaPower testimonials. So there's been some small groups who've been able to utilize MetaPower. And we want to share two of those kind of testimonials. So we've got Dr. Ashley Anderson and Jessica Iddings here with us, and they're going to share their experience with MetaPower. So we're looking forward to hearing that. Then we've got our top MetaPower questions. So obviously with our new method of this new way of launching this and bringing our leaders into, you as our leaders into this kind of launch program, right? Pre-launch program. There's been a lot of questions. So we've been gathering these questions all along the way, and we've kind of consolidated that into a list, and we're going to hit the most asked questions that we've had. So we've got our panel of experts on the call here, and you'll see many of them here. We've got Dr. Nicole Stevens, Dr. Brannick Riggs, Dr. Russ Osgathorpe, Dr. Alex DeBell. We've got a few others who are still going to be joining us as well. We're going to help answer those top questions. We then have a few items relating to convention, some Healing Hands updates, some recognition convention updates. Our business development team, Mike Mangelston, the head of that, he's got some updates he's going to share with you there, as well as some team app updates from Simone there at the end. So we're going to try to spend the majority of our time, again, on that MetaPower, but we have a few things to cover there at the end. So with that agenda and kind of laying out what we're going to be doing, I'll hand it over to Corey and Emily. Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks, Jared. Well, we are super excited to gather together with all of our amazing leaders because we've got some exciting things to share. And as we have started to pre-launch MetaPower, we've seen there have been a lot of questions. There's so much interest in the system. And so we wanted to give you an unplugged opportunity to come together and hear from our brilliant doctors and scientists to understand the different components of these products and why they're working. And also for you to really understand that this truly is personal wellness realized, that every single person's experience has been unique and different. Not one of us has been exactly the same. But as we went out and we shared the triple our impact, big bodacious goal, some of you, when you heard Corey and I talk about it, may have said, that's crazy. At the size that doTERRA is today, that's ridiculous. You guys are just dreamers. That's not going to happen. But we knew in our bones, right, Corey? We knew it. We could feel it. There was no question. We didn't know exactly how it was going to come to be, but we knew it. And it's been amazing to see as this product system has come together. It has truly been inspired. And this wasn't something that just we pulled out of our hat and said, oh, this is it. This is something that Nicole's been working on for years, right? This has been research that we've been working on. Alex has been working on different components of this product system for years. And it just came all together in such a beautiful way. And the results are better than we could have ever imagined. And when we look at our world today, there is a crisis when it comes to metabolic health. And for me, it's been such an education for me to really dive in to understand what our metabolic health entails, that it's not just our weight, it's not just the way that we look, it's not just our body composition, but it's the way that we think, it's our cognitive function, it's our ability to sleep and just process things, it's how we feel. And for me to even watch to see how my husband has transformed as he's been on this product line, it's one thing to see it for yourself, right? And to feel it for yourself, because I feel such a huge difference. But to watch my husband, who my kids were starting to say, Mom, what's wrong with Dad? He's cranky. He was snipping at everybody. He was not feeling well, right? He wasn't fitting into his clothes. He just didn't feel good about himself. And sometimes we think, oh, self-image is just for women. No, it's for the men too. And he just wasn't happy with himself. And to see the transformation that has happened in him now, he's noticed the transformation just in his inches, right? With his belt now 3 to 4 notches smaller than it was before. I've noticed the transformation in the way that he looks, his skin, but also in his attitude and just his perspective on life. He's so much happier. He has so much more energy. I'm noticing that when he goes to sleep at night, he actually stays asleep at night, where he was waking up and tossing and turning. And so it's been it made a huge difference. I've noticed that for me too. I've noticed my skin change. I've noticed my energy. I've noticed my cognitive function is so much better. But my energy is like through the roof. It's been phenomenal. So as we kind of shared that Triple R impact, we got really excited. As the team came and shared their concept with this, Corey and I just knew when we heard it, it's like, yes, this is the direction we need to go. And Corey, I'd love for you to share, as the team shared with us their concept with this, some of your thoughts with that, and maybe some of your experiences too.
Sure, thanks, Emily. And Emily is right. You know, when this began to come together, Emily and I we just felt this is it. This is what we have been working towards, praying for, really having come together in a tremendous way. And I can tell you that the energy and the excitement for Emily and I just continues to grow day after day, week after week, as we have our own experiences and as others have experiences. And as we see, as our test groups and leaders who have been able to try this have been able to experience, we would love all of you. We know this is a broader call. We'd love all of you to be able to experience this, and you will in just 2 weeks. Okay, so we're getting there. But we wanted to provide a lot of education. I can tell you, for me, how excited I am. You know, when I began to take these Advantage products, I didn't really need to lose weight. I didn't need to change certain things, but I have felt renewed energy. I feel more focused. I feel more alert. I can tell you, even, you know, my VO2 max, which is an indicator. I run a lot. I exercise, but my VO2 max has gone up by 10%. And just recently, as Emily said, I have a long sleeve shirt on, but there's my, if you can see it, my continuous glucose. I just started. I couldn't wait, Emily. I was going without assist for a few days. And finally I said, I've got to take this assist and see what happens. And as I take assist, my glucose levels on my meals only spikes half as much as it was before. It's an amazing system. And we need everyone to understand that this isn't one product. This isn't just one idea. This is everything together. It's a system. And that when you get it all together, that's when we're really getting the benefits of this and really transforming the world. I'm excited because not only do I know it's going to re-energize the U.S., this is going to be global. We're going to move it out over the next year to all the markets around the world. And we're going to influence the world for the better. When we talked about helping the world heal, what a beautiful way. Metabolic health is probably the one thing that we can contribute to the world that will best help the world heal from a health perspective, I can tell you, is to really get their metabolic health where it needs to be. So we're excited. I'll just reaffirm for some of you who are still concerned about inventory, that we have a tremendous amount of inventory. In fact, we were going to take a picture in front of all the inventory that's coming in. It's just a tremendous amount. we're expecting this to be the biggest launch in the history of direct selling, and we're prepared for that. Okay. So this is much bigger than anything we've ever done before. And we're one of the largest companies, and no one's ever done anything like this. So we've got a lot of inventory. We have a plan of rolling it out. I'm sure Jared and the team will talk to you about that. So we want everyone to be patient with that in terms of in kits and how that's going to be rolling out at convention and then in October and into November. So we have a plan with all that, a lot of backup plans, everything's organized to be able to move forward from an inventory perspective. So we feel really good about where we're at. We just want to provide you more information. So I'm glad to have this call. I'll get off so the doctors can talk and you can really learn and get testimonials from others. But we're excited. And I would just say this. I've seen all these questions and I'm like, oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. That's a good question. Really, if you really want to get in depth and get all the answers to your questions, you need to come to convention. It's going to be great online. It's going to be wonderful. We're doing all we can. But if you want to spend time with the team, the people who develop this, the scientists, our doctors, that can only happen one-on-one at convention. And if you can't get to convention, our post-convention tours and other things that will be happening are all going to be really important. But I can tell you that's where we can give you the best information. We're trying our best through webinar, Zoom information. And I will tell you this. We are more prepared from an education perspective starting at convention that you have ever seen before in terms of the materials and what we'll be providing to leaders. Our team, our education team, with Justine Bloom, Scott Greer, this group, Mark Warburton, they have done a tremendous job to provide just in-depth education materials. And this is starting at convention. Well, really starting a few months ago with some, but really hitting a peak at convention and then continuing throughout the end of the quarter and really into 2023. This is something that we are behind. This is not a launch and leave. This is where we're going to be. This is the change that's coming. And this is what's going to triple our impact in the world. So we're excited about it, and we're glad you're all with us today. So with that, Jared or Emily.
Thanks, Corey. And I'm so happy you mentioned convention. We're going to hit as many questions as we can today, and there are so many good questions. But convention and even the post-convention tour and all we're doing there. And Scott Greer is actually going to go through from our marketing team. He's going to go through all of the resources that we have. This is the most complete launch we have ever had. And Emily, you wanted to say something really quick.
I do. I'm not finished yet.
Okay. I cut you off. I apologize.
That's okay. That's okay. But I want you guys to understand, we've talked about the benefits of these products, which are phenomenal and vast, right? They have blown even our minds. And it's so fun to see a Dr. Osgathorpe who came in excited, knowing the ingredients in these products. And he's going to talk more. But to see him as giddy as a schoolboy, right, as he is testing himself and seeing his NAD plus levels, shoot straight up.
Emily, how many times has Russ said, Emily, how many times has Russ come in and said, it's Christmas Day all over again, right?
Exactly. He's so excited. And that gets us even more excited because we're feeling, but when he came into doTERRA, he was still a little bit skeptical. And we just watched him become more and more of a believer. And now with this product system, he's like, okay, I'm like all out on MetaPower, like put me on the road. I want to tell everybody about it because there is a crisis all over the world with metabolic health, and we have the solution. No one else has the solution, right? As a physician, I don't have the solution, but doTERRA has the solution. So this is super exciting. When you look at the anti-aging, and for us, we look at age reversal, right? That's what this product is doing, is we are actually reversing our biological age. We can't change our chronological age, but we can change our biological age, and it is setting it back, which is amazing, which is why we're all feeling younger, we're feeling more energy. But when you look at that industry alone, they anticipate that to be a $64 billion market by 2026. So from the year 2020 to 2026, it will have grown by 45%. So we've got all of our business leaders on here. I want you to look at this from a business perspective. Yes, we are helping the world heal with this product. There isn't a single person on the planet that won't benefit from this product. Now, it's not really geared towards children, but once you get into your 20s, every single person needs this product system. And it's not just one thing. You may say, well, doTERRA, why have you just gone into metabolic health? Have you left your core? Have you left your soul with essential oils? No, because the essential oil blend that we have here is the hero, right? That's the thread that keeps it all together. And when you hear about the research with the oils that are included in this metabolic blend, it's mind-blowing, where it's preventing fat cells from maturing, right? They're not filling up with the lipids, which is absolutely phenomenal. We've got three heroes. You've got the metabolic oil blend, right? The MetaPower oil blend. We have the MetaPower Assist, right? And I'm so excited for you to understand what Assist is, because this is helping us from spiking, our glucose spiking, right? Because every time that glucose spikes, we age. We want to prevent that from happening. And the third one is Advantage. You may think, oh, it's a collagen product. I've been waiting for a collagen product. It's so much more than a collagen product. Not only do we have a unique collagen that you're going to hear about here today, but it's so much more. It's like, how can we take our NAD levels up so that we can actually reverse that aging process? And this is something that is so cutting edge, so revolutionary. We are trailblazers. We don't ever follow the pack. We lead the pack. And so with that, I'm going to turn the time over to Dr. Ashley Anderson and Jessica Iddings, because they have some amazing stories. And I want you to listen to their experience, because it is unique. Each one is so unique and so different. So I think with that, we're going to start with Jessica Iddings, because I don't think I've received more texts from an individual than Jessica begging for more product, right? Because she can't go back to feeling the way that she did. So Jessica, share with us your story.
Yeah, that was like a tease. I was like, wait a minute, what? Oh my gosh. It's been absolutely amazing. And in short, I wasn't a big fan of Slim and Sassy, to be really honest. Like the way after you drank it, I would always kind of burp it up, have a little bit of indigestion. And so I didn't really use the product, but when I started using the MetaPower oil and then along with the Assist and Advantage, I love the taste and I didn't have that same reaction. So that was a win right there. But what I feel like the most is, I know a lot of people are talking about like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I hope I can lose this much weight. And hey, weight is like a side benefit, you guys, because what you're going to experience is the cognitive is mind-blowing. I cannot believe how much more clear I feel. But not only that, I feel like I did pre-pandemic. And there are all the details that go with it, because all of us experienced trauma during the last 2 years. We have, whether we're aware or not. But what I realized is I had lost who I was, as far as like, I'm a pretty happy person. And I feel like I normally can see the good in everything. And I had lost that. I just felt like I was probably on the verge of suffering from some depression that I wasn't even aware of. And so that I'm so happy. Like I feel so happy. And I feel like I can like excited about the future, of just what's coming and knowing that this product is going to help so many people. So in short, it's just the cognitive, the energy, which I feel like I can keep up with my kids now. I feel joy. I'm not craving sweets. My appetite doesn't like, through the day, I don't need a snack. And if I do, I just grab a piece of gum or put a drop of oil and it completely takes that away. Sleep is better. Digestion is better. It's just the real deal. And I've got so many compliments on my skin. And even like from my chiropractor, she's like, the inflammation in your body has significantly decreased. So you just need it. Like you guys are going to freak out and you're going to be never going off of this. And you won't have to send Emily all the texts begging to get more, because you can just go order it. So I'm excited for you guys.
Jessica, I'm just going to jump in. Just the chat that's blowing up with just people saying, that's me. You're describing me. I've been feeling that way. I can't wait to feel like I did before. So I think you're connecting with so many people there. I love that story. Thank you for sharing that. Sorry, I just needed to jump in there and say that, because there's people, real emotion in some of those chats of people needing that and wanting to get back that. And I can't wait for everybody to get it. It's amazing.
I think we've all kind of felt like there's been a bit of a wet blanket that's put on us and we haven't even realized it, right? And the brain fog is real. right? It's absolutely real. I've never seen anything like it. And what we've experienced over the last 2+ years is real. And I love that that's what we're seeing with people is like our brains are waking up, the wet blanket's coming off, we're feeling like ourselves again. It's awesome.
Yeah, and I don't think we were expecting that. It's just but it makes total sense to when your body is functioning the way it needs to from a metabolic standpoint. And I love having all the doctors here, and I'm not the one who should speak about this, but it makes sense. I love it. Thanks, Jessica. All right.
Dr. Ashley.
Did we lose Dr. Ashley? I don't see
I'm here.
her. Oh, she is. Oh, good. I couldn't see you on the screen, so I didn't want to announce you without you being here. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So I did not blow up Emily's phone. However, I added that to my prayer list so that I could have extra products before convention. But I also would agree with Jess, like my experience has been incredible. I intentionally did not change anything else about my normal cadence of life during that first 30 days because I wanted to. That's the scientific brain in me, like creating my own experiment with myself to see really what might change. And the first thing that I noticed was weight. I was able to release 12 pounds in the first 30 days, which was a shocker because I've seen, in pageantry, I've done fitness competitions in my life. I was a college athlete. I've seen my body at tip-top shape. And I kind of had gotten to the point where I was like, girl, this is your mom body. Like, this is what you need to get used to because it's not going back. And almost tearful looking at my 28-day different pictures because for the first time in like 5 years, I've been under 200 pounds and I literally thought that was never going to happen again. So super thrilled about that piece and just seeing more lean muscle mass. But the other piece that I was super excited about, definitely feeling more youthful. I feel like my pre-baby self, like the mommy brain that I feel like I've struggled with for so long has gone away, which also my mom said is making me extremely dangerous because I have all these grand ideas and now have the energy to execute them. But I don't have like a change in my sleep patterns because I have toddlers and they still wake me up in the middle of the night, but I feel so much more refreshed and my mental clarity and capacity is so much higher. So that has been also a game changer. Then the sugar cravings. I have to touch on that because there should be a sweet / delicious carb with every meal type of girl. And I literally have lost that desire. I don't feel like, if I do have a craving for sweets after a meal, I will chew the gum, which I also think is so much better than the Slim and Sassy gum. Whatever you all did in that formulation, kudos to you because it lasts longer. The taste is so amazing and it really does help to curb those sugar cravings. Last, because I literally could talk about this all day, is the skin. And that was an unexpected benefit of mine because I've worked really hard on my skin over the last decade, I would say. So I didn't really expect a lot of changes. And my mother actually at my kid's birthday party was like, what are you doing different in your skin regimen? Because it looks amazing. So I started really paying attention to myself and was like, well, you know what? I haven't been trying to put on makeup. Like I don't even think about it anymore because I feel like my skin looks great. It's tighter. I've noticed even in my midsection, I had 2 very large children. The skin that was sagging is not anywhere close to the way it was 45 days ago. But yeah. I feel incredible. This is definitely something I'm so excited for everyone to get their hands on. And I'm so thankful to not have to have a gap and go back. I'm like, also cannot go back to what life was before this. So thank you.
I love the phrase cannot go back. And yes, so many just wonderful comments in here about your journey and the language of released that weight. I love that because that is a different meaning, right? It has a different meaning to it. So wonderful. And everybody talking about everyone's skin here. Emily, you're getting tons of comments on how good your skin is. Ashley, tons of comments. They're like, everyone who's on this, they said their skin looks so amazing. So,
Well, I'm the same as Ashley. I've spent a lot of time, like, nourishing my body and really doing things to make sure that, that my skin looks as youthful as it can. But this product is like nothing I've experienced before. So it's pretty amazing. I think when you talk about released, what I'm seeing with this system, and it really is a system, it's not just one product. You have to do the full system to get the full benefit, but we're releasing what no longer serves us. And that's, whether it's emotionally, physically, whatever that be, like we're releasing what doesn't serve us.
Yeah. Great. Love it. And thank you for all the chat. I love seeing the chats. I'm trying to read them all. We've got everybody trying to answer questions in the Q&A, but we are into the Q&A portion here. And I think Russ and Mike, were you going to kind of lead that section and kind of start asking these questions to our expert panel? Is that how it's going to work?
Yeah. Yep.
Perfect. I'll turn it over to you then. This is the exciting part. This is the part I think we've all been really excited to hear more from these. I mean, look at this group of people, incredible people on this call to answer questions.
Hey, and Emily, I just want to clarify one thing. Jessica's been sending me texts as well. So I've been sending her products. You've been sending her products. Now we know where all the products are going.
Right. It's all Jessica's fault. We're just glad you got the product.
Hey, so this is exciting. And I know we've had several calls. We've done the big call back on August 15th. We've had some diamond calls. We talked about it at Diamond Retreat. So the cool thing about our business is it's about duplication, right? And a lot of this information you may have heard, some of it, but we wanted to pull the curtain back just a little bit more to share some more information, just so you're ready that when you're in Salt Lake, you're watching virtually, and you get all the information, you get the clinicals, the trials, the results, all the education, that it sticks even more, and that you're able to go out and teach and educate. So we do have a great group here at our home office that is on the call that's going to ask questions. Now, I've been looking at the chat as well. A lot of these questions will be answered. A lot of them will get out in FAQs, but what we've done is over all those calls, the webinars, social media, the Facebook pages, we've consolidated all of the top questions into one FAQ document. And we brought some of our doctors and the developers of these products onto this call to answer some of those top questions. So yeah, we don't have 3 days like we're going to have at convention to talk about everything MetaPower, but we are going to hit the top questions that we've got, and then as we go through convention, post convention, we'll get everything else answered. We're capturing all those questions. But to start off, we have Dr. Osgathorpe. Has been referenced a couple times on this call as just a lover and really an enthusiast of this product. And Brannick Riggs, he's already giggling. He just is like he's out fly fishing again right now.
I was giggling at the fact that you paused between lover and an enthusiast of these products. And I was like, thanks, Russ. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I got you. And then Dr. Brannick Riggs. So when we talk about medical professionals, here are two of the best and most brightest that we have here at doTERRA. So one of the common questions that we get is, why do we need like this entire MetaPower system for health? What do you guys see in the world, in your practice, in regards to metabolic performance, and why do we need the system?
Brannick, why don't you start?
Yeah, that's a great question. As a family practice doc, I see metabolic issues all of the time. And the challenge is that metabolism is really complicated, and we'll talk in great depth about that at convention. And so you really do need a system. You can't address metabolism in just one way. It has to be addressed at multiple fronts so that then you get the most benefit from what we're doing. So the MetaPower system is more than just the blend. It's more than just a collagen product. It really is using multiple modalities to address metabolic health. And give you the most amazing benefits. I can't add any more to the testimonials other than I've been using it. I know Dr. Osgathorpe has been using it. We're having our own experiences with this, and it is amazing to see how when we're metabolically healthy, as Ashley put it, the side effect is you do tend to shed some pounds. You do tend to have younger skin because your metabolic health has everything to do with that. And so to address metabolic health in only one way with one product doesn't make any sense.
I would agree. And if I could just jump in for less than 30 seconds, I would say metabolism is not a one-trick pony. You can't do one thing and expect to handle metabolism. It takes a multi-pronged approach to take care of metabolism. Metabolism is how we stay alive. And to think that there's one way to do that is naive. I also want to comment on the fact that we're using terms like amazing and I can't believe this. I can believe this. This is science. This is what it does. This is when we formulate this way. When I'm excited, it's because I'm seeing data on our products doing exactly what we expect them to do, because we've tweaked metabolism the way that we know through biochemistry metabolism can be tweaked. So I'm Christmas morning because I know that the data is like awesome, but it is exactly what we expected to see. And when things get tied up in a nice, pretty bow like that, I feel right with the world.
And you're going to show us some of that data at convention, right?
Oh yeah, like so much so you might like get tired of it, but I won't be.
Yeah, I don't think this group will get tired of it either. So while I've got you, Dr. O, one of the common questions, I've seen it in this chat, Facebook, everywhere. Why do they need Lifelong Vitality and MetaPower, not one or the other?
The common question, I've answered it 100 times, but I'll answer it 101. So listen, it's very simple. LLV is filling in gaps in our nutrition that micronutrients need to fill. Those micronutrients allow your cells to function well, allow all the enzymes within the cell to function, vitamins, minerals. If they're not there, the cell can't function well, okay? That's the micronutrient system of LLV. MetaPower, on the other hand, is taking care of all of the food that we eat. It helps us optimize all of those macronutrients that we eat and then get used within the cell to be turned into energy. So you need both the micronutrient help that LLV provides, filling gaps, and the macronutrients on this side with MetaPower. Those two together work like in tandem, in harmony, to allow that cell to do everything it's supposed to do optimally. I hope that helps, but that's my 2 cents on that one.
Love that. And we actually, on the agenda for convention, I know on both Terra Talk stages, there's presentations on how do LV and MetaPower, come together, but great 30,000 foot view. And the answer is, it's not one or the other, it's both.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. All right. So, and look at this, the number of participants growing, over 2,000 people here. So I hope we have 2 doctors on the call. You guys aren't charging us a copay for this information, right? We're good.
You'll get our bill, Russell.
I'll come in.
Yeah. All right. So Dr. Riggs, I have some other questions that we've gathered that are, not too in depth, but just common questions out there. So first of all, is MetaPower okay for kids and teenagers?
That's a great question. And we've talked about this before. I would say that, in our children, we have a lot of control when they're young over their diet and their lifestyle. We can go exercising with them. We can control a little bit more about what they're consuming in their diets. And so really with our younger children, I would say as parents, we should probably be focusing on the other 4 pillars of metabolic health, which is healthy eating and nutrition, daily movement, stress management, and healthy connections. Those are the things that we can control. Now we get kids that move on to our teenage years, and all of a sudden we have a little bit less control, where they may be leaving school and heading out to McDonald's for lunch, or they may be stopping by a convenience store before or after school and grabbing the things that we know are not contributing to great metabolic health. And so at those age, if you start to see some concerns, then that would probably be an appropriate time for them to start using some of those products.
Okay, so Gina Santos beat me to this question. She just put it in the chat. But how about for nursing mamas and ladies that are pregnant? Is it safe for them?
So obviously with any products that you're going to be taking, when you have a physician, you should be consulting with your healthcare provider just to have good coordination of that. And please don't be afraid of letting your healthcare provider know, this is what I want to do. Sometimes people are a little bit shy of that. But that being said, we've looked at all of the ingredients of the products, don't really have any concerns over nursing mothers or pregnant patients taking these sorts of products. And we've even consulted with Dr. Greg Woodfill, who's part of our medical advisory board, counseled with him on this. He also says, I would have no concerns with this. Sometimes maintaining a healthy glucose level is somewhat challenging during pregnancy for certain people. And this absolutely could be beneficial for them in coordination with their healthcare provider in that regards.
Okay, great. All right, so one other doctor question for you. While we're all sitting in your doctor office here. And I'm going to be very careful on how I ask this question because, we always want to be compliant. But is the MetaPower system safe for those people that have blood sugar control issues? How's that?
Great question. Of course, we know that there's a group of us and a group of people, and sadly, we see the data that is a fairly large group that are having challenges keeping a normal blood glucose within their system. And so, again, I'll go back to the idea that you should consult with a physician or a medical provider, healthcare provider, before you start using this product. But this product was meant to help all of us have a normal glucose function, a normal response to insulin. That's how it was designed. And so absolutely, I don't see any concern with it. It should be of great assistance in that regard, as long as, again, you're coordinating that with your healthcare provider to make sure that you are keeping a normal, healthy response. So
awesome.
I'll tell you what, as a physician and with my folks that I see, I'm personally very excited about using this product to help those that I am caring for that have some of these challenges.
That's great. All right, so much more to come from both Dr. O and Dr. Riggs at convention. But as we sifted through a lot of these questions, we understand that we have people from each end of the spectrum with knowledge on these products. So part of what we want to do is we want to make sure that people really understand. Corey called this out. This is just not a collagen product. It's much more than that. So Becca Nixon, who's kind of the poster child, you guys saw her and heard her story on that August 15th call with her experience and just love of these products, but also just knows these products inside and out. So Becca, a couple of key terms that people really need to familiarize themselves with. And the first one is NMN. Now, if you say that really fast, it sounds like M&Ms, but we're not talking about M&Ms here, right?
No, we're not. And it probably is a new acronym for many people on the call, right? We've had to explain it several times, and it is quite a tongue twister. In fact, even when you say it in its plain text, which is nicotinamide mononucleotide, say that 3 times really quickly. But that's what NMN stands for. And it's this miracle molecule. And I get to say that because we're unplugged. But it is a precursor to NAD plus production in the body. And NMN, I just want to make sure everybody understands, it's safe. It's a naturally occurring vitamin B3 that's already found in our bodies. But as we age, it starts to decline. And we can naturally supplement with this and get the benefits that you heard Corey talking about, Emily talking about, Ashley and Jessica, and so many more other stories that are going to come forward by using these products. And while NMN is key to the production of NAD plus in the body, I want everybody to remember that Advantage has 12 total active ingredients. So it is not just one ingredient that makes it so incredible. It's the synergy of all of them. But NMN is new to many, and so we wanted to explain what that is. So I don't know if you know, Dr. O or Dr. Riggs, you want to add to that, but we're excited about this molecule. Oh, one other thing, because I know Emily might jump in if I don't say this. Our source of NMN, and this is what makes us so incredibly unique in the marketplace. So if somebody else comes to you and says, I have NMN, that's okay. They do not have what we have. We have a patent pending product here for you. And we have a natural form of NMN. And I would challenge you to go and find another natural source. The majority of NMN on the market is synthetic. We delivered a natural NMN to you, and it is effective and it's powerful, and it's got Dr. O running around our halls telling everybody that his NAD levels are increasing, and it's so exciting.
Running might be an exaggeration, Becca, but very excited about that. But
we were certain too, Dr. O, this is something, you know, we were looking at the amount of the NMN that we have in this product, and you even question it, is it enough, right? Because the synthetic NMN on the market is much higher. But I know I tried some of the NMN on the market and I couldn't take it. I had to stop. I thought something was wrong with me. I started taking it just after one of my oral surgeries. And I thought it was just the after effects of the anesthesia. Like I couldn't wake up. I couldn't function. I had such brain fog. I'm like, what is going on? I had to nap in the middle of the day. And it was this synthetic NMN. We didn't realize it was synthetic, right? As we started to research, it's like, wow, there's nothing to compare. So we need smaller amounts because
what I'm saying here, but when we talk about NMN, we're talking about a molecule in a biosynthetic pathway that leads to NAD, which is one of the most prevalent and important molecules in our body. And that molecule is important because it is the absolute requirement for energy production for all of our cells, all of our organs, all of our tissues. So from the tip of your head down to your toes, you have to have NAD at optimal levels for those tissues to function well. What we've done with MetaPower Advantage is within it, we've optimized NMN as this master molecule within this biosynthetic pathway. And all of the precursors of and post are in MetaPower Advantage. And what we saw with that and most recently was levels of NAD increased in a small sample size of human beings quite nicely on these products. So we have confidence in their ability to move the needle biochemically and give our cells what they need to perform optimally.
Yeah, I would say this is the fuel that helps the fire burn, right? You can't have your fire burn high without throwing some wood on the fire, and this is the wood for the fire. Just helps it continue to rage and not die out as we get older.
Okay, so you guys are just getting the tip of the iceberg. Now you understand why you need to come to convention or be there virtually, because this is what we're going to be talking about. So Becca, you hit one of the key ones. You referred to one of the others, NAD+. Do you just want to spend a quick minute and talk about that one?
Well, I think it's just really reiterating what Dr. O and Dr. Riggs said. And I know this wasn't part of the plan, but we have somebody that's so brilliant on this call that does such a great job, Alex. I love how you talk about the relationship, how there's this constant recycling going on, right? So when you have the NAD in the body and the anyway, I'm just going to turn it over to you. I love how you describe it, and I think that the audience here will just eat up what you have to share.
Well,
yeah, sure, no.
I think part of the questions as I'm reading them is, what does NAD do in the body, and why is it important that we have it in high levels?
Yeah, and that connection with NMN, like, so it's why NMN, why NAD plus. Why do we need that?
NAD is a molecule that is used in the electron transport chain to create ATP. And without ATP, your cells just can't function at all. So by optimizing levels of NAD within the body, you optimize the function of the mitochondria and the electron transport chain in generating ATP, the energy needed for your body to function. As we age, our NAD levels decline fairly steadily. And so through smart supplementation, as we increase our NAD, our biological age can in fact go backwards. And we can go back, our cells can function as if they were younger by giving them the NAD that they need to perform at that level that they did when we were younger. So that's essentially what this does. When you heard those testimonials, I'm all in on those testimonials. I just need you to understand what it's doing. So what it's doing is it's allowing your cells to function as if they're younger because they have more ATP around than they used to, because they have more of what they need to generate that ATP, to use Brannick's example of the wood on the fire.
All right, Alex, you have a fan club out there. They want to hear from you.
Oh, this is great. This is you're setting up beautifully, Becca, this the reality of the complex biochemistry and the need for a system. So earlier we talked about lifelong vitality. I see in the chat some reference to MITO2 max, the mitochondrial function, and the production of ATP. Right? We've known about that for a long time. And this discussion around the biosynthetic pathway of NAD and the importance of NMN in that biosynthetic pathway, we see how both ATP and NMN are coming together in the production of NAD, and really highlights the synergy and the complementary nature of both lifelong vitality and the MetaPower system. And I think this is what you're trying to talk about, like why these are both necessary and how they really help and complement each other to produce more energy for all the maintenance that's required in our bodies.
I've seen it pop up like 3 or 4 times just in the chats really quick. Is this going to replace MITO2 max?
No, this is not replacing MITO2 max. In fact, we're just highlighting that MITO2 max and MetaPower work so well together along with lifelong vitality. So the production of ATP and its role in combining with NMN to produce NAD is really what we're highlighting here.
Yeah. Okay. So, Alex, probably one of the most common questions, and while we've got you here, is what makes our collagen different than all the other collagens out there on the market?
Oh, there's so many ways that it's different. So people are familiar with collagen. That collagen is a protein. Protein is a large macromolecule. It's something that you can consume for energy, but you need to digest it. So as a large molecule, it's useful after it's been digested. You're creating these building blocks that your body can then use to create muscle or new collagen or different enzymes and things like that. Well, if you just are consuming collagen by itself, you can't really use it. It needs to be in these small little bite-sized fragments to be able to use it. And so this digestion is happening. This hydrolyzed form of collagen occurs when we are treating our marine collagen with endo and exonucleases. These are enzymes that are cutting up these large proteins into small tripeptide fragments that your body can actually absorb and use to create new collagen inside your body. So we're providing this form of collagen, tripeptide forms, 9 different types of tripeptides, highlighting that collagen really is a whole body nutrient. And we're aware of the significance of glycine and proline and hydroxyproline, those specific amino acids are actually the limiting reagents in the synthesis of collagen inside your body. We're aware of those and providing those in adequate quantities to stimulate that collagen synthesis. And we're also aware of all the questions around contaminants and things like that, whether that's metal content or different chemicals like glyphosate or things like that. These are all details that we're very aware of and conscientious in putting the product together.
Okay. And one of the big differences in a common question we get is we have a powder. There's a lot of liquid collagens. Why did we choose to go the route of a powdered collagen?
Yeah, it is a powder. You mix it with water, it becomes a liquid, and you drink it. So it's actually it starts as a liquid when it's hydrolyzed. We are delivering it in powder format for a few specific reasons. This is very intentional. As Becca mentioned, we have 12 ingredients in this product. Collagen is one of them. The collagen tripeptides is one of them. But all these other nutrients are susceptible to degradation, specifically from heat. And so by providing this in powder format, we don't need to pasteurize the product. We don't need to add preservatives for shelf stability. We're not shipping water. The product is more stable over time. And we're not degrading all of these other aging compounds that we've included, resveratrol and the NMN and C. buckthorn. All of these things would be degraded through the pasteurization process if we were to provide this in a ready-to-drink format. Oftentimes, you'll notice that liquid forms of collagen also have a bunch of added sugar. They may be combined with juices and things like that. So we were very conscientious about the decision for this to be a powder.
Okay, great. All right, so Becca, back to you. A couple of questions here. So, I've seen this come up in the chat. Are these products gluten free?
I love to talk about our free from list. So this is one of the things that really makes us different. And we're going to get better at sharing all of the hard work that goes into the development with these ingredients and our sourcing. We are known, we have the gold standard on the testing for essential oils. We have the purest, we have the best. I want you to understand that this team that's on this call with you today takes the same care in the sourcing of the ingredients for our supplements. This product line was very intentional, and it is free from sugar, gluten, dairy, artificial flavors, artificial sweeteners, GMOs, glyphosate. You heard Alex say that. This is kind of tongue-in-cheek, but large, useless collagen chunks. We didn't include those either. Doesn't have any preservatives. It's free from pesticides, my friends. It's free from shellfish allergens. There's no nuts in here, and it's soy-free too. We're so proud of this, and even our soft gels are carrageenan-free. So this is truly a premium line of supplements where you're going to just fall in love with the entire program, from the ingredient deck to the benefits.
So I can't say how much I appreciate that as a father with two daughters that have celiac, that are able to take advantage of these products. It's amazing. So thank you to you and your team. So let's just get this out on the table. Plenty of people have answered this in the chat already, but is there going to be a vegan option of Advantage coming ever?
Are you asking? You're asking me?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can go ahead and answer that, Rebecca.
We don't have any plans to develop that right now. We believe that we have a really powerful product for our vegan friends. It's the Yaropalm Beauty Complex that is a vegan-friendly supplement, and it does help with the production of collagen in the body. So I encourage you to use that. That is a daily for me. It's absolutely part of my practice in keeping young, yeah, I don't think I've ever gone a day without it. What about you, Emily? I know you're a big fan of all things Yaropalm, so. You're muted.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
There you go.
Yes, I'm a huge fan of all things Yarrow Palm. I'm a little bit obsessed, but the beauty complex is amazing. And I think that is the best source for our vegan friends. There simply isn't when it comes to collagen. We don't have a source that will give the same results in vegan form. And so therefore, if we can't provide a fantastic product, we simply won't do it. So this is kind of where we're staying right now with the marine. We feel so confident in the quality of marine and also the availability of this marine with 9 types, 70% tripeptides. So it's actually being absorbed, as Alex said, right? We're actually getting it into our cells so that we can use it rather than having this collagen that's such large molecules that our body can't use it, right? So you're really just flushing that down the toilet. And we're so proud of this and we're so excited and it shows in the results.
All right. So I know we started this call a little late. We're going a little long. So just one more question.
Can I ask a question?
You bet.
I've seen it a lot in the chat, so I'm just going to ask it because Alex, I know you've got a great response to it. There's a question about the stevia, right? Why have we chosen to include it in this product? Could you just talk about the quality that we've chosen and why it's in there?
Yeah, no, thanks for that, Emily. So people do wonder why have the stevia in there. Like people generally, we're designing a product that appeals to the most people possible, and so people typically want some level of sweetness. So why do we choose a natural sweetener like stevia? And so this is a high intensity sweetener. So that means a little goes a long way. Stevia is one of those sweeteners that has garnered so much interest from global companies, big in the biotechnology space and ingredient development. They're now fermenting stevia. They're treating it with enzymes. They're isolating, specific glycosides that are really responsible for the sweetness. But one of our key interests in providing or using stevia for the sweetener is not only as a natural source, but it has virtually no impact glycemically as far as like triggering a glycemic response. So that was a big important thing for us with this product.
Yeah, and I've been able to test that with my continuous glucose monitor, right? As I drink the Advantage, I test it before and after and watch it even up to an hour afterwards. And it hasn't created a glucose spike at all. We know that some people may want an unsweetened option in the future, and that could be a possibility. But the flavor of this is so fantastic. And I just want to talk about 2 things really quickly. When you get the Advantage, if you are to just mix it with a fork or something, in your glass, you're going to notice that it does not emulsify. You're going to have kind of some chunks in there, right? And I came to the team, initially it's like, hey, it's not mixing well. There must be a defect. There must be a problem. And I love Becca's response. Isn't that awesome? Because there's no emollients, right? I love that it is just so clean that we haven't added anything that we don't want in there, which is fantastic. For me, I'll just put it in a glass bottle and I shake it, which is great. So that's the best way to do it. And then it actually blends together really, really smooth. Do a blender, a shaker bottle, something like that would be great. Also, Alex, tell them, how cool is this? I don't know if you guys can see this. Can you see like the little kind of dark flecks in there? So that's the NADH. And Alex, tell them why they're kind of like a blackish green. This is so cool.
Yeah, this is so cool. It kind of highlights the real extreme care that goes into every single ingredient. So you heard a little bit about the role of NADH as an electron donor, and it's involved in more than 500 enzyme reactions inside your cells. NAD, and it goes back and forth between NAD plus, NADH. These little green flecks are the NADH ingredient. And so why are they green? That's actually chlorophyll. This particular ingredient, because it is so reactive as a potent electron donor, if it's not delivered properly, it will react where it shouldn't. It will react in the stomach, and its usefulness to you goes away. So we're providing a stabilized form of NADH to preserve that electron donor capacity. So it's stabilized with plant fats and chlorophyll to survive the acidic environment of the stomach and be taken up in the intestines, so you preserve that goodness.
Perfect. And can I, Russ, do you care if I ask Nicole a question?
Go ahead.
Sorry. But Dr. Nicole has done something so extraordinary. I know a lot of people have said, hey, I want to share this with my doctor, or I want to share it with my scientific friends, and they want to see, the basis of this product. Nicole, share with us some of the studies that we're actually going to reveal right along with this product launch. This is so spectacular. This is huge, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I echo what's been said, that this is our most studied, most longest development process that we've ever done. And this is so exciting for us. So at convention, we're going to be talking about research on every single product in this line. We're going to be showing you amazing images of the cells and how they react when we're talking about the MetaPower oil blend. And we're going to be these pictures are gorgeous. And then we move into Assist. We've got 2 human clinical trials with the Assist product. We're going to be showing you p-values and graphs for those who want to deep dive. We're going to be giving you some bottom lines of what that means for those of you who don't really care about the statistics, but you're super excited to see, what does this mean for me? What does it do? And I'll tell you what, this is one of those times when Dr. Osgothorpe was like, this is Christmas morning, because we knew what this was going to do, but to actually see it. And the cool thing for us was, as scientists, we were able to see this in sample sizes that were so small that we were stunned. We thought, okay, we're going to need hundreds of people to show this effect. Oh no, we could see it in just a few people, which means that this is a real effect. And we'll show you what that looks like in the numbers. And then with our Advantage product, another human clinical study that we're going to talk to you about, where, and Emily was alluding to this as well, we're watching those NAD levels in people. And these are people that are not in their 20s anymore. These are people who benefited from having that Advantage product. And just to see that in the numbers and to see the charts, you guys, it's going to blow your mind. We're so excited. I don't want to give away too much, because let me just say that this is Christmas morning for us.
Awesome. All right, Emily, any more questions? Because I've got one more for Alex.
I've had people say, when do I use, when you look at the system, when do I use it? So for me, I love to take the Advantage before lunch in the morning, just because it gives me so much energy. I find that if I take it later in the afternoon or right before bedtime, I have a harder time sleeping. But if I take it in the morning, then I sleep like a baby at night. So that's what I recommend. The Assist product, we're seeing that you want to take that 15 to 30 minutes before you eat a high carb meal or a big meal. And this is why we have our glucose monitors on, because each person is just a little bit different. I'm finding for me about 30 minutes is actually more optimal if I take it 30 minutes before. And I loved just the simple, Dr. O, maybe just talk about the simple explanation of what this is actually doing to the carbs that we're consuming, right?
Sure.
Yes.
So MetaPower Assist is a true hero product, guys. The data is going to blow your mind. You're going to be really excited about it. 2 randomized controlled placebo-controlled trials at convention on this product. Really briefly, its mechanism of action are through aminosugars. And this mulberry leaf extract, together with the berberine and the oils that are in MetaPower Assist, essentially allow the product to block the receptors that break down complex carbohydrates and uptake sugars into our cells and get them into our bloodstream. So when you eat carbohydrate, your gut, through enzymatic function, breaks down that complex carbohydrate or simple sugars into single sugars, and they hit our bloodstream, right? What this product does is it blocks that from happening. So your blood sugars are actually about 15% lower postprandially or after a meal than they would be normally. And that kind of effect is easily measured. We measured it in populations both large and small, and you're going to be really excited to share this sort of scientific data, clinical data, with your physician friends, with your friends that are wondering whether this will help their health and optimize their blood glucose levels. You'll just be really thrilled with that.
Right. And just
Russ, I think it would be really helpful because I'm seeing a few questions in there. Just running through, and maybe Becca can take this really quickly. Just running through the products in the line, because there's like, well, wait a minute, was this the Advantage? Was this the Assist? Was this the MetaPower? Which one are we talking about? Maybe just quickly talk about the line, just briefly. What are the products in that line, so people can get a little bit more familiar with that?
Okay, great point to clarify. So this is a system that has 3 products. And I put the oil, even though we have all these different deliveries, as one product, okay? Just to kind of simplify things. And so you start with the oil. It has 4 different deliveries. So we have the soft gels, the gum, the beadlet that you can get the oil, and the traditional 15 ml. So use it however you want to, and it's really designed to help prevent that fat cell from maturing. And Nicole's going to go into some really cool science while we're at convention on this, and she's done amazing work optimizing this oil blend for maximum metabolic impact is what we're saying. And then we have our Assist, and that product is designed really to be taken with meals, right? Dr. O and Dr. Riggs, it's there to help you with those, just managing your blood glucose levels that, can spike when you eat and things like that. And that is one product. Yeah.
Becca, can I chime in there just really quick?
Sure.
Guys, glucose is the enemy. The spike postprandially is the biggest problem, and this product decreases your spike. Kind of end of discussion. That's what happens with this product. When you want a flatter curve rather than a big bump, you just don't want that. That actually harms your body. You oxidize the proteins in your body. That's what ages you. So Assist mutes that spike. So instead of this, it's this. Okay.
The peaks and valleys are good for an EKG and a pulse, not good for a blood sugar, right? We don't want that.
Oh, great. Thank you for adding that. I think it's really helpful for everybody to understand exactly how these products work, how powerful they are. And then, of course, so we have Advantage, which is the one that has the 12 active ingredients in it. It's the product that you will mix with water and truly find your best time of day to take. Emily mentioned she likes to take it before meals. I love to take mine in the morning. So you'll find your sweet spot. We all do. And that's one of the best things about this line is it truly is designed to meet you wherever you're at with your lifestyle, and we've found people get results using different approaches. So it's just a really, really powerful line that will meet you where you're at.
Yep, I'm the same as you, Becca. I take the Advantage in the morning, and I usually take it right before I work out. So Assist I take with meals, but in the morning, and always before like lunchtime. Yeah.
And one thing to call out, I know this call is about an hour long. There's so much information. We don't expect that you're going to absorb all of this, but know that between convention and our marketing materials, there's a training course on this that's going to be available. There's a class that you're going to have to teach from. You're going to have all the materials and education that you need. So don't feel like I'm behind. I don't know. I don't get this. All that stuff is coming. It's going to be, built for a common, person that maybe doesn't have the Dr. O knowledge about all this going into this whole system. We got you. And you're going to love the materials that are are just waiting for you. As soon as convention hits, it's all released. You're going to have access to all of it.
Yep, our marketing team has done a brilliant job taking all the things that are in these brilliant minds that you've just heard from and simplifying it into layman's terms so that everyone can understand it. So it's going to be super simple marketing. We have so many marketing assets ready for you. Videos, reels, the whole class and the script, as Russell said, it's all there, FAQs, so that you can have all of the questions that are going to come up about the ingredients all answered for you. We want to make it super simple so that when convention hits, you are off to the races. You are ready to roll. And I tell you, you are going to want as many people on your team, or if they're not on your team yet, get them enrolled and get them to convention. If they can be there in person, all the best, because then they get to talk with our doctors and our scientists. The second best is to have them virtual. You are not going to want to do the essential one. You are going to want to do the full virtual program. Which one is that? The premium package, the premium watch party package? Yeah, yep. You want that. And also, we have talked the doctors and the scientists into giving us bonus content. So this is content that they couldn't serve up at convention because there simply wasn't enough time. So we're going to have bonus content that will be delivered to you after convention. So all of you science geeks, if all the minds that really want to know, we're going to give it to you, right? And it's going to be absolutely amazing. This is the biggest product launch in the history of direct sales. So here we are, we're ready to triple our impact. So get ready, get people on your team ready, because you don't want to wait. And this is going to be a wonderful way to invite people into doTERRA. We call this a gateway product, right? A gateway product line, because they're going to have such amazing results, which allows you then to open up all of the amazing wellness products that are offered through doTERRA. But this is one that's going to capture people's attention fast. So get ready. Momentum's about ready to begin, and it happens in 2 weeks. So here we go.
Okay, Jared, I had a couple more questions, but I know we're running a little late, and we need to talk about convention and kits and timing.
We do. Convention kits, timing, and I'm seeing a lot about the enrollment, because it's a little more difficult in some ways, but we figured out a way to help make enrollment a little bit easier.
Okay, so I think Mike's going to share a little peek behind the curtain on all the dates, information, enrollments, all those key things. So over to you, Mike.
Yeah, let's do it. Let me go ahead and share my screen if I can, so that way everybody can see what's going on. So hopefully everybody can see this slide. This is, first of all, I'm so excited for this. And I saw one of the comments in the chat that said, it was actually by Chris Alana. She said, I'm going to be a mess at convention. I'm already crying. This was at the very beginning of the call. And I feel you, because I'm going to throw up. Like, I'm nauseous for convention. There's so much excitement right now. I'm so nervous about what's to happen because it's my first one and I have no idea what to expect. So let me share with you the kits and the pricing and the launch dates, because this is exciting stuff. We have the convention kits, both of the in-person and the virtual kits. Same price, 180 PV, available September 15th after we make the announcement. The difference, of course, is in the in-person convention kit, you'll get a special oil along with the birch when it becomes available. So really exciting. And we talked a little bit before about what does the kit look like? This is kind of the kit in terms of the MetaPower products. Really exciting stuff. It looks really good. I'm excited for the products too. This is the MetaPower system. So, again, just the MetaPower products that we had talked about before, 179 wholesale, 150 PV. These become available October 1st. And then I'm just going to keep running through these. Then we have the MetaPower singles available November 1st. And then one last thing on these kits, and again, I know we're super short on time, so I wanted to just touch on this, but we have been discussing a convention watch parties. This has come up from a few different people, and so we wanted to touch on it. And we have a solution and an idea for people. If you have a watch party and you have people who are not members of doTERRA and they're there, they haven't enrolled, a non-member, they must purchase a convention ticket. But if they're interested in purchasing MetaPower or any of the MetaPower kit and the products, you have to wait for about an hour. So they must purchase a convention ticket, at least the virtual. wait about an hour for the system to sync, and then contact customer service. There's a bit of a delay there, so it's just logistics. But once you contact customer service, then they'll confirm that you have a ticket and then enroll that person with the virtual convention kit. And they'll waive the $35 membership enrollment. One of the ideas that we're thinking of, and it's totally your call if you'd like to do this, but you may consider an option to maybe cover that for them if you're hosting the party, and maybe it's just another opportunity to get them to enroll and get experiencing these products. So we're really excited for that. More to come on this, so that way at least you're all prepared for it. But we thought this would be a really good way to address some of those concerns with those that want to buy a kit. How do I go about doing that if I'm not a member? You know, those kinds of things. And we hope that this will make sense for everyone. One last thing to quickly touch on is that we have a flash sale coming up starting tomorrow. So at 12 a.m. tonight, tomorrow morning, however you want to look at that, from the 2nd through the 6th, September 6th, we have a flash sale. This information will be coming on TMAP, so you'll get it right away following the call. But it is diffusers. And the best thing about this is it's 25% off for the flash sale, but the PV stays the same. And these are paired with oil. So we're talking the Leluz diffuser, a Pilot diffuser, and the Rome diffuser. So we are super excited for this too. I think this will be a really good one for people, especially getting into right before convention, just another thing to be excited about. So again, look for that to come on TMAP directly following this call. If you have any questions, let us know.
Great.
Hey, can I ask one quick question, Russell?
Yeah.
So Dr. Oscathorpe and I have been texting over here because we're trying to decide whether we tease you with something more to come, right? But I think it might be a good thing just to tease you to know, like, we don't stop here. We're ready for the launch, but like, we're already like 2 years ahead. We're so excited about this line, and you have our commitment. We are going to stay so focused. It's not going to be a launch and leave it. We are going to stay so focused, and we have a whole game plan for continuing education. So many things that are coming. But many people have asked us about our continuous glucose monitors and how can you prove out your results where you have your own data, right? So you can be your own marketing billboard. So Dr. O, do you want to just tease them with a little bit of what we've been working on and what's to come in the coming months?
Yeah, I think that so many of you have asked about CGMs in the text line there, that a little bit of peeling back of the curtain is appropriate because we want you to do it within the system, not without. So that's coming, and it's coming in a really, really neat way. I can't wait to show it to you. It's been under construction for the last 2.5 years. When you think of all the COVID caves you went into, this was the COVID cave I went into. And this will be a CGM solution that will allow you to do your own clinical trial on yourself. Clinical trial data is only important if it matters to you. Randomized controlled trials don't really sometimes work for individuals. This MetaPower system is designed to work for individuals, and we want to show you through your own CGM how well it works for you. So that solution is coming. Stay tuned.
Yes, and we're that.
And let's be clear on that. There are a few chats in there. CGM, continuous glucose monitor, right? That's what we mean by CGM.
Yep. So we've got some amazing things for you to prove out the efficacy of this system. So stay tuned, and yep, we'll be getting back to you on that.
All right, thank you. And if we have just a quick minute, we have Scott Greer from our marketing team on here just to give you guys a little peek behind the curtains of what's to come, and really to kind of help you not just go out and create stuff right now, because it is coming for you. So Scott, and Scott, y'all give Scott a round of applause for saving our webinar today. He was working furiously behind the scenes to pull that together. So thank you.
I was sweating so much I had to put on my new MetaPower drip, my new polo that I just got. So it just came in. All right, I would love to just share with everybody really quick what is coming so that you can be fully aware of what we've been doing in the background to help everyone be prepared for this from a marketing standpoint. Hold on, I thought I was going to share it really quick, and there it goes. It's preparing my slides for us. But we're ready here in marketing to literally have the biggest launch ever. And so what's available right now is simply that we have stuff in doTERRA Social. So you can be talking about this. You can make TikToks and Reels. We have a digital marketing kit if you don't have a doTERRA Social subscription. All that stuff is in there and it's free. We also have the class that you could be teaching to help educate people about what is metabolic health. It's an LLV class with a little bit about MetaPower at the end. So this is all live currently. You can go get that right now. This new class is awesome. In fact, I've heard so many people tell me that they just took it, they used the script, and it was an awesome conversion for them. So I really want to talk about what's coming next. And what we have coming up next is from the 15th. So at convention, we're going to have expanded key messages. We have a key message document in the DMK right now, ways that you can talk about MetaPower just to kind of get it out there. We have power stories, which are testimonials. We have 5 amazing, powerful videos and lots more of that coming, showing how it's going. We have an education course that you're going to be able to enroll in. You're going to be able to learn everything you need to about metabolic health and about this power and about this product. So you can do that. We have a class, slides, handout, and script. This is a PowerPoint. You can take it that day and go teach about MetaPower and help people get on this. We also have some sampling support coming. We'll talk more about that later. We have tons of product imagery and video. This is the first time doTERRA is ever going to launch the product and give you everything that we have. We are not holding anything back from a corporate perspective. We're going to allow you to have all that same information and all those same graphics so that you can use that. We have weekly education deep dives. We also have, this is one I really want to hit on really quick. We have team challenges. It's a 30-day challenge that is pre-built and ready to go. We've got some really cool technology that we're going to be using on our end to help you facilitate that. And if you have your own system that you want to do that in, we're going to provide all of the information so that you can run that in your own platform. We're here to support you and your business. So we have a bunch of social media marketing assets. We have elevator pitches. And what I really want to get to is this next slide. We want you to be ready for Q1 and just realize that we're going to have a huge launch again, I would say, at the beginning of next year. So we are going to be providing you early Q1 campaign assets and frameworks for leaders in November. Then we're going to get you in December into this goal setting challenge. We will have so much more about this. What I really want you to know is we have this prepared for you. You do not need to go out and stress out about, what am I going to do with this product and how am I going to engage people? We are trying to deliver things that you can take off the shelf and go use very quickly. So we have a bigger challenge that's ready to go in December, and we'll have leaders go through that in December. So you're ready to take everybody that you want to on your team through that starting in January. We'll have an enrollment promo in the first quarter. So we have a ton of this stuff and some good customized education framework and content coming. So I just want you to be aware of that. Hopefully that's great. And we're here to support you building your business. And we think this is going to be one of those platforms that's going to be just amazing for everybody to do. I hope that was fast enough and good enough information for everybody.
Well, Scott, everyone wants to know the secret of how you're that green screen behind you. We're all fascinated.
There was almost as much comments about that as about the resources. Everybody was so excited about the resources, but everybody was like, this was like Jedi Master trickery or something. It was great.
Well, I'll tell you really quick. You just go down to share screen. Nobody ever clicks over to the advanced tab. And if you have your PowerPoint in a file, like right on your desktop, you just say share this and it pulls it up and it's a green screen. It just happens magically on Zoom. Answer that question too. Go build your business with MetaPower. There we go.
I love it. So amazing. And I just want to thank Scott and the entire marketing team. I mean, obviously he's here representing, Justine and the larger group of everyone. I actually kind of joked about this. Maybe we should sum up the amount of hours that it took to put all of these resources together. And I thought, maybe we shouldn't, because that's going to be a really big number. But they've just been tirelessly working, creating the videos, the class outlines, the presentations, all of these, the Q&As. They've done a fantastic job. And I hope everyone will be really excited when we launch all these at convention.
Thanks, Jared. It'll be awesome. We literally have as much as we've ever had for anybody. We in marketing are preparing for the biggest launch ever in direct selling history. So we're trying to match that with all of our effort. So.
Okay, great, wonderful. All right, this has been a much longer call, but I just looking at the comments, they're saying we wish it were longer. I've seen a few of those, and everybody hanging around and doing this. We know you've got busy schedules. I think we had one more thing, Simone, from you, and then basically we'll wrap. We're going to pull all the questions out of here, make sure we're getting those, putting them into our Q&As, the ones that we can answer. We'll be making sure we get into there and giving a lot more information about convention kits, when, what you get, what you can't get, making sure you have all of that in preparation. So Simone, we'll turn it to you and then we'll say goodbye.
Okay, really quick. I think a post just went out, but it's basically a way to streamline your feedback. We love your feedback. We truly do. The way we gather the feedback, we're still working out that process. And so if you look on Team App, you'll notice a button on the top tabs where you have updates, you have resources, product information, and then you'll see a tab called Voice of the Leader. And so this allows you to submit feedback at your fingertips. We typically gather it through account managers, through BDDs, all of us on this call. But this is almost like following our sourcing model. We're cutting out the middleman kind of thing, and it's coming directly to us. And so check that out, use that. Facebook, the groups we love, it's great for brainstorming, but not the best in terms of gathering that feedback and then making sure it gets to the ears that need to hear it. And so please utilize this tab, bring all the feedback. We love it, and that's how we're gonna make things happen. So that was under a minute, Jared. I think Missy is asking for like a little.
Yeah, I actually missed two things here as I was going back through, and then I got a bunch of texts. We missed two more things. We do have an important Healing Hands update, and then we do want to talk recognition and gala. So we're gonna turn it over to Missy and a few of our leaders. Totally apologize for that. Not on purpose. But we want to talk that Healing Hands really quick, and then we'll turn over to Shelly and Shannon, who will talk recognition and gala. So can we make sure
Missy is panelist?
I just enabled them, so they should be able to do it now.
Hey, excellent. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, my camera is not turning on for some reason, so I'm not going to waste time on that, because really who we want to hear from is the Vias. They're there, Eddie and Angela. Take it away, and then I'll wrap up with anything we need to. You guys are it.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having us on. We're just as excited as everybody else about convention and MetaPower. And what I want to share right now is MetaPower is going to literally explode your businesses. But as your business explodes, even before it explodes, we want to invite everybody on this call to explode the Healing Hands Initiative. We can give what we have at any level in our business, even before we are receiving what MetaPower will do for us. And we want to invite you to be a part of this leader initiative. This is an initiative started by us as leaders and supported by corporate, which is amazing. Yeah. We want to invite you to be part of the 25 Collective. And for you all coming to convention, you will have the opportunity to be a part of it, to grab your own shirt by going to the Healing Hands booth and making sure you are set up to make a donation of not $5, not $10, not $15, but $25 every month in that Healing Hand, into the Healing Hands in your doTERRA LRP. We want to make the Healing Hands organization, we want it to triple its impact, just as we want our businesses to triple, just as we want doTERRA to triple, just as we want to just help the world heal again, which is the whole theme of convention. So join us as leaders, and 25 Collective, donate 25 each and every month with us. And if you do it, head to the Healing Hands booth at convention and get your shirt so that you can wear it along with us. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thanks everyone. We've got slides that we'll share through the chat, and Cy will get those out to you. Make sure you look at it. That makes it really simple to do this. So watch it, and thank you. We've had incredible leadership on this. They came up with all of this, and we're so grateful. So let's go triple our impact.
Yeah, and thank you, Angela and Eddie, for being on the call, and everyone who's on that committee. I've seen a lot of them commenting in the chat here. I've been blessed to be a part of this and see what's going on. I'm kind of to the side of it, but I'm seeing the ideas, I'm seeing the passion that's there, and even deeper than the passion, the love, and the real desire to help the world heal, which is what we're doing. So thank you all, and thank you too for being on the call there. And again, apologize. I was going through and I totally skipped it. That's on me. But that message is so important to get out. We'll be talking a lot more about that at convention. So thank you so much for that. All right, Shannon and Shelley.
Okay, we just have a couple quick clarifications and reminders around the gala. We're so excited. First of all, quick reminder, make sure all your teams know anyone coming to convention on site is welcome to come to the gala this year. It's inclusive with their ticket to the in-person event. So make sure that they are planning on it and you and your team are planning on being there. Some of you have seen the email that we are going with the Western glam, country glam theme. So just to clarify, and we have been sending out emails to everyone who's being recognized that evening. That is really for the attendees, and it's really so you can be a lot more comfortable sitting in the arena at the event. So that's one of the main purposes. But anyone who is walking, so any of you who are walking and being recognized that evening, any of your teams who are walking as part of that, they are definitely encouraged to still dress up in formal wear. We'll have a place for them to actually do a bag check, like a coat check area, if they want to then change and get into something more comfortable for the concert. But it's going to be a great event. We're really excited for that. The other thing I wanted to mention specifically as a reminder is we are recognizing at max rank for this event. So that means even if you have team members who haven't hit ranks for a few years, we know that it's all part of your doTERRA journey. That is just fine. We will be recognizing and giving kind of everyone access at their max rank. So we'll have more emails and everything coming out in the next week or so from recognition with all those types of details. We want to make sure you know where you need to be, where your seat will be, what areas you have access to, and many times as leaders you'll have early access to specific things. So we're excited for that. Shell, is there anything I failed to cover that you wanted to mention?
No, you got it. You're good. Yep.
Okay, so we're excited for the gala. We're excited to see you all come early. We'll have fun events out on the plaza starting at 6 p.m. The gala will start at 7, and we're really excited for our headliner, Dan and Shay. It's going to be a fun night.
And we're excited to see everybody this year at Dan and Shay, right? Everyone is invited to come. So we want to fill the arena. We want it to be a wonderful celebration and a real fun party. And I believe it will be. So.
Yep. And I just saw Julie saying, I want to see everyone's outfits. Yeah, post your pictures. We all want ideas. We're all coming up with this. There's no wrong answer here. So just have fun and have fun with your teams.
Yeah.
And if you don't know who Dan and Shay are, go look them up. Pull them up on Spotify. Listen to. They have so many top songs.
You'll recognize the songs. You will.
Right.
You may not know who they are, but you'll recognize their songs. They are amazing. I love some of the chats here. I love them. They're amazing. They're amazing. So they're going to be a lot of fun.
Yes.
I did see a quick question. I will address super fast, and Shelley, tell me if I'm wrong. But on if the arena, the food options should be open for the gala. So you will have access to go purchase food, all that. Is that Michelle?
That's correct. Yeah. And we want you guys to show up early. Like Shannon said, there's tons of fun on the plaza. You'll want to take pictures. You'll want to get food. You'll want to be there for the recognition. So make an evening out of it with your team. It'll be a lot of fun.
All right. Well, that was quite a call. I actually saw a comment in there that said, imagine if we had a call like this every month. And, this is a once, at least in doTERRA's lifetime so far, this is kind of a once in a doTERRA lifetime, type product line that we're talking about and launch that we're talking about. But this will be, continue to be our focus, continue to be where we need to be putting a lot of our effort and making sure that we're launching this and then leveraging that as we continue to move forward. So look forward to many more of these types of calls.
If I could just encourage you guys to treat this as if we're launching a brand new company. because we truly could have launched a brand new company with MetaPower and it would be massive. And so treat this as if you are pre-launching your business, right? And getting everybody ready, everybody excited. We wanted to provide you with so much education so that you feel fully ready. As you listen to these presentations at convention, now you understand what we're talking about so that you can then broadcast that to your team. But get your team ready now. This is your time. Momentum is going to be massive, but do not miss this moment in time. It's like 2008 for doTERRA all over again. And I think you can see we are so giddy. We are so excited. We know what this means for you and for your businesses. But the only way it works is if you are the mouthpiece and you get the good word out so that so many people can be blessed by these products. And we know that's going to happen. So we'll see you in 2 weeks. Be there and get ready to have an amazing time and have your minds blown. We love you guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.